Okay. It's Captain Sheila Clopton.
Yes.
And he captained the Buccaneer was one of the ships he captained. That was your grandfather?
No, that was my daddy.
Your daddy. And your daddy or your daddy's dad came from Australia?
No, my mother's dad.
Your mother's dad came from
And
Australia.
his name was Charles Lockwood.
And they were all fishermen.
All fishermen.
And then that's how you got connected with this family.
No.
No.
My grandpa met my grandmother in New Orleans in the hospital. He was injured. And she was an orphan and the nuns raised her.
Fascinating. But your dad built the Sammy, which is the boat that sits in front of Joe Patty's, and that was built and named for the son of Joe Patty, who many years later had an untimely death. But that's so cool. Thank you.
Well, my brother Chipley had a boat called the Mystical Rose. He also captained the Guiding Star that was Frankie's and his together. And my brother Jeff, his name is also Sidney Jefferson. And his boat was the St. Christopher. And my brother Johnny's boat was the Angela K. And him and my daddy built a 90-foot steel hull boat called the Tin Kids. Oh, we had all kind of. We had another boat called the Little Flower my brother Jerry had that originally Captain Joe and them owned. And Lawrence Patane, Captain Lawrence. And my brother bought it.
Fascinating.
Lots of boats.
Oh man, this is good history. Thank you.
Well, you'll find it. You can go down to the museum and you'll find stuff on this.
Since I got this on, how do you spell your last name?
Clopton.
But no.
Jernigan, Jernigan.
I know that. But your mother was not a Clopton.
Lockwood.
She was a Lockwood.
Lockwood. You go down.
And there were 10 of you in the
right.
Cloptons.
That's right. 10 children.
10 children.
You go down to the Veterans Memorial Park. There is a stool, a marble stool, with George Lockwood. He was my mother's baby brother. He was the first boy from Pensacola and youngest killed in action.
In World War II. Oh.
On the USS Vincennes.
On the Vincennes? Oh, I know that. That was at Guadalcanal. Oh.
They built a new boat. They built another one since that one.
Oh yeah, I know. Vincennes was an Aegis cruiser. I've seen it.
Yep.
Well, gosh, I'm sorry we lost him. I had a cousin lost in the war. It's terrible. Sorry you lost your brother. But the youngest and the first from Pensacola.
They did. I remember. I was a young girl, a young teenager, and I remember when the Navy presented my grandmother with a huge bouquet of red roses. The original bench they had put up on Halifax and Gregory or Chase. Anyway, it was on the hill for years, and the city employees cutting the grass kept chipping away. That one has been moved to Holy Cross Cemetery.
Your brother's name, I'm not sure it got on here.
That was my uncle.
Your uncle's name was?
George Lockwood.
George Lockwood, and he was the first. Died on the Vincennes. Oh.
You'll find it. Look in the newspaper.
I will.
There was an article. I got a picture of him boxing with a boxer.
Thanks for sharing that with me. He was a what?
Boxer.
He was a boxer. A lot of guys boxed back then.
His brother, Uncle Herbert, he was even an amateur Golden Gloves. And Mama's baby brother, Frank, also boxed.
Thanks for telling me that. Yeah, I got that.
You'll get a whole lot of stories.
If I hadn't recorded that,